Level by Level Gaming, and this is going to be a video on one of my up-and-coming projects. Now, what you see here is a Nexus Multi-Game System. Now, this would be the type of thing that you would see in a restaurant, and it would be sitting on your table, or typically on your table, and you could feed it $1, swipe your card, and do some touchscreen games. Had a dozen or so games on there, maybe more. And this one caught my eye because it is the full stand-up on a base type model. I saw it in storage when I was shopping for stuff, and I couldn't resist, so I grabbed it and brought it home. This thing was filthy, so I've cleaned it up and decided what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Raspberry Pi it, and I'm going to turn it into a multiple console with controllers and access to the Raspberry Pi somewhere in the front where I can plug up to 4 controllers into it, and people can play old school consoles like on a Raspberry Pi image. So the first thing I had to do after I cleaned it up is I had to get in it. And if you go back in my videos, you could see that I made like a universal key, and it worked for a lot of these old poker machines that I first started messing around with, and it did not work on this one. And a really common thing to do is to drill these things out. Super messy, and you get that metal filing, dust, and you have to wear eye pro and all that stuff. So really simple. What I did is I took a chisel and a hammer and just knocked the chisel into where it was really good and bit into the key slot there. Grabbed it with some vice grips, turned it slowly until it just stripped all the inside of that lock out, and the internal mechanism literally just fell out into the back of the machine. So once I did that, really quick, not a lot of mess, I could then get into the machine. Now, in here you can see that there are some proprietary type components. This is the Nexus chip and board here for this particular machine from the manufacturer. This manufacturer date on the back of here was 2006. So now I don't know what I'd ever do with that, but there might be some goodies and odds and ends on that for future projects. And this is some type of PC here. You have RAM. You can see the CPU is under this cooler here, and there's some slots here. It does have a model number on it down in there, so I can focus in on that. Not a lot of luck. Hang on. Anyway, there's a model number on this, and it is VGA'd out from here into this screen. So I'm going to pull all this stuff out. I think this is a power supply. I don't know yet until I start digging around in here. If not, the power supply might be in the base of the machine, because that's where the cord plugs in, or there's a cord that goes into the base somewhere in the back there. When you plug this thing in, this screen fires up for a little bit. Blue screen says no signal, and then automatically cuts itself off. So I'm going to start pulling this stuff out, and I'm going to throw it in a box. I'm not going to throw it away, because you just don't ever know. This might have no use at all, but I don't throw a whole lot away. So if you're watching this and you are tech savvy, you're a computer geek, please hit me up. Let me know if you see some stuff on here that would be useful for other things. Like I said, I'm just going to be using it for the VGA screen here. I do have an adapter for my Raspberry Pi, and if this is a power supply, I'm going to be using a power supply here, and that's pretty much it. The rest is just going to be an empty bay just to house my console goals there. Alright, well, it's been Level by Level Gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to check me out on the next one.